Hi YouTube, it's me again. So, Keely Williams. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not going to go about talking about the music video because seriously, enough people have said how trashy, how disgusting, how ignorant, how stupid, how tasteless, how budgetless it is. So, I don't feel the need to repeat myself. However, I made a little list here of stuff that I need to say about the responses that have been done about the video. A, by Keely herself, and B, by her older sister / manager, who's obviously trying to pimp her out. Before I get on to that, for those of you who don't know Keely, she began as a 3LW singer, went on to being a Disney Cheetah girl, and now has become just plain nasty. Actually, when I saw the music video, the first song that came to my mind was Destiny's Child, Nasty Girl. Because those are 3 women that made it big without having to give out sex in their music videos. So don't tell me that's the only way to make it big. Now, before I get to Kaylee's response, which was just plain boring and kind of made me want to fall asleep, I would like to talk about her manager's response. That's right, T.C. Williams, this one's for you. First off, her response was 8 minutes and 48 seconds long of blah, blah, blah excuses. My first instinct is this. If you feel like you did nothing wrong, you shouldn't have to defend yourself. If you're defending yourself, you obviously believe what's being said. So, I took down some notes about the video. That's right, I watched it all, so you guys don't have to. First off, she mentions how people believe that she's trying to pimp out her sister to make money. And she says, I haven't seen the checks. Bitch, if you haven't seen the checks in these many years, well then, maybe your sister just doesn't have talent. Which I'm not saying that, because she does. I liked her in 3LW. Even liked her as a Cheetah girl. But this? Anyways. She says we're judging her sister. But then, makes a comment of the hypocrisy that most people who commented on the video, this is their lives. Now who's judging whom? You don't know my life. You don't know what I go through. You don't know what I do when I go out. You don't know what any of the YouTubers do when they go out. So for you to be saying, oh, this is what you guys are doing too? No. Don't try and blame others for what your sister has done. Then, she starts using television shows, like reality shows, like the Bad Girls Club, as examples. I understand what she was trying to prove, that other people do it too, but the fact that other people do it does not make it right. In Jackass, they've put crabs down their pants to bite their dicks off. Doesn't mean I'm going to be putting a crab down my pant anytime soon. You see, you're trying to condone what your sister did and what you allowed her to do as your manager by what other people are doing. 2 wrongs don't make a right. Then, she says that we should ban spring break if we're so anti-this. Because spring break, for some reason, her words, not mine, has become a rite of passage to get drunk and get laid. I wonder why. I'm not saying that Keely Williams is the only one that has to do with this. However, Keely Williams was a model for young children. A role model for young children. Parents see a song that's called Spectacular. They see it's from Keely Williams. Here, honey, look, your favorite Cheetah girl. And then they play it. The tastelessness. The song isn't that bad without the music video. It's still pretty nasty when you listen to the lyrics, but the tastelessness and the awfulness of that video. Then, TC goes on about how the Williams girls have been called many things in their lives. She's the aggressive one. Are you trying to scare us? Scare us into thinking that what you've done is right? By saying you're the aggressive one because you don't let people walk all over you? Well, some of us out here don't let people walk all over us too. So get over yourself. Finally, she mentions that if Keely wanted to make money, that she could have done a sex tape like other people have done. Or pictures, naked pictures, what other people have done in the past. To be quite honest, that's basically what she did. She basically made a sex tape, censored it enough to make it into a music video. So don't give me this bullshit that your sister's doing right to society and explaining a message. Because that's not what's happening here. You made a move that, you know what? You were saying that the Williams girls have never been called unintelligent. Let me be the first one to tell you. You made an unintelligent move. That's right. I said it. You want to speak the truth? I'm going to speak it too. You made an unintelligent move by what you did. That was basically starting an artist that had a fan base from scratch. Because there's no coming back from that. Finally, she mentions how people have been stating, why not put a disclaimer at the end? And how people don't want to see a disclaimer. But yet, when you guys posted it on YouTube, you put a disclaimer at the bottom in the description. Why? If people were so worried about seeing the disclaimer, why would you put one? Unless you think what you did was wrong. You didn't put a disclaimer not because you were worried people wouldn't want to watch the disclaimer. You didn't put a disclaimer because that wasn't your intention. And now all of a sudden, people overreact and it's, oh, well, she meant it as a message. Maybe next time when you're on your 5th shot, you'll think about this. Think about what? Going home with a stranger, having sex, and then wanting to do it again? It's not like she went home with a stranger, had sex, and regretted it. That would have been a message. T.C. Williams. She also mentions that she's manager of rising superstars. If that's how you're going to rise your superstars, they're not going to rise very far up. Finally, you have Keely Williams, who goes on and plays the good cop. They kind of had the good cop, bad cop thing going on with the comments about the video. Keely goes on with a much shorter clip, which I was quite impressed, of 2 minutes. Saying how it's not condoning date rape. And that's not the intention of the video. Well, maybe next time, you should think twice before you make such a big decision. She also mentions that she knows a lot of 20-somethings that go out and have sex with random men. Just because your friends are sluts doesn't mean you need to make everybody else become them. Doesn't mean you need to pretend like it's okay. You have preteens and little teens watching your videos. Think about it. So, T.C. Williams, you signed off with Chardonnay. I'm going to sign off with some JD. Have a good night.